folks, JD here, and today we've got this. This is the Hasakee H6, and it's a nanocopter, a nano indoor-outdoor copter. Now, I quite like this guy. Look at him. He looks really quite nice. He's got a nice domed top. He's really flat at the bottom. He's got 4 landing sprigs, which is just made up of just hard plastic really at the end of these motor housings. But the best feature, I think, before we turn him on is the fact that he comes with these propeller guards. Now these propeller guards, as he's a folding copter, his arms fold in quite easy, but they click out. Look at that click in action. That really is really quite strong, and he doesn't move that often, that much. But if you are to crash him, then he probably is going to move. So the best thing about these is that these little propeller guards just slot over the motor housings and just ensure that when they're on there, the arms don't move. That's brilliant. I really like that, and I think a lot of folding nanocopters could probably learn from this. This is a really good thing to have. The arms won't collapse in, and all in all, it just ensures a much safer flight. Now, if we put him down for the second, let's have a little look at this transmitter. This transmitter is pretty crazy. It's a lovely, lovely red metallic plastic. It looks really nice, actually. I don't know, it doesn't look that gaudy. It looks really, really stylish. Now we've got a load of buttons. Now all the buttons down this side here are all trim buttons. All the buttons down this side here, we've got automatic takeoff and landing. We've got headless mode. We've got and return to home as well. We have the 2 analog sticks. Obviously this quadcopter is a altitude hold quadcopter. The 2 shoulder buttons, you have flips and you have speed modes 1 through 3. Right, let's turn her on. Now I was trying to look for an on button at the back and there isn't one. There is on the side though. On the side is a little on and off switch. Once you turn them on, we have white LEDs on the front with blue eyes at the top, and we have a red LED at the back. Now because the calibration on these gyrocopters starts when you turn him on, I'm just going to turn him on when he's on a flat surface like that. Now we're going to turn on the transmitter, single 1 up and 1 down on the throttle stick to bind. There we are. Now we've got all LEDs on the copter and the transmitter are all solid. So from this point we should be able to calibrate the gyro, so bring both of the analog sticks down to the bottom right. Once the LED flashing stops, then that's it, we're all calibrated, we're ready to go, in which case we can use the 1 key takeoff button here and it should take straight up to the air. So with that, let's take her up. It takes off and then raises itself up to about 4 foot, 3 foot, 4 foot. That's quite nice. Okay, let's bring him down a little bit. Now, what are we going to do? Let's bring him back to me a little bit. Let's try some of these flips. Ooh, very snazzy. Forward, back, left, and then right. No problem at all. He's a lot quieter than the other Hasakee we had the other day, which is the H1. A lot quieter. Oh, this transmitter ain't half good. It's quite small, fits in your hand really, really well, but also relays controls extremely well as well. Oh, hit the balloons. And it does mean that controlling this guy it's just so easy. It's a cinch. It really is so easy in controlling this guy. Movements are nice. Turning is really quite quick. I don't like slow turning copters. Obviously you can make them turn a lot easier if you bank them as well. But what I tend to do is just try to turn them around just to get a good feel of exactly how they fly. And this turn is really quite good. Okay, speed mode 2. Oh, actually that was speed mode 3. Okay, let's put him back to speed mode 1. So 1 beep, this is speed mode 1. Turns out that when I took off I was in speed mode 2 anyway. So this is speed mode 1. Again, turning is really quite good. Turning to the left, banking to the right. No problem at all. Okay, 2 beeps. Speed mode 2 activated via the left shoulder button there. This is what we were looking at earlier with speed mode 2. Just flipping around, no problem. And then speed mode 3. Ooh, this guy is quick. Look at him go. Ooh. Ooh, my fault there. I got a little bit too excited. Okay, let's bring him back. This is really quite good. He's really... His controls in speed mode 3 tighten up no end, to the point where he practically reacts like a little indoor FPV racer. He turns so well, and then back to speed mode 1. No, I want speed mode 3 again. That was incredibly fun. It really was. and then back to speed mode 1. Now, as we first did the Hasakee B from the Hasakee range a couple of weeks ago, and I took him outside first and said he wasn't that good, then I did the indoor flight with him as part of the 5 indoor quadcopters the other Sunday. I thought I would bring this Hasakee in first and see exactly how he does. And I'm honestly, he's really good. He's really good. I'd be intrigued to find out how he does outside when we do eventually take him out. Unfortunately for the second, we do have a lot of storms and extremely high winds, so that flying outside for the minute is totally out of the question. Oh, this guy is really nice. Okay, how is his altitude hold though? Because he is moving up a little bit. So let's have a little look and see. Let's just directionally control him. That's alright, that's not bad. Okay, let's try this 1 key landing. So it should be this little button here. And then, oh, there we go, and he lands. Now I did have to roll him a little bit to the left in order to stop him from going under the sofa. But let's try takeoff again. Okay, he's okay, yeah. Takeoff and landing is a little bit dodgy. Takeoff not so much actually, just landing. I suppose takeoff is fine. He goes up to an altitude of about 4 foot and just kind of stays there. Landing is a little bit dodgy, but in so much that you have to then use you have to roll him so that he lands. I'd be intrigued to see how he does outside. Okay, these LEDs, white LED. I don't know if you can see the reflection on the wall. If I can get a bit closer, this white LED is extremely bright. The red LEDs as well on the back, extremely bright. The blue, they're not so bright, and I like that. So you don't have to see them. That's just for aesthetics. They just look like bug eyes when you have the quadcopter in your hand. Oh, but when you don't have them in your hand, see, it's just not needed. It's not needed at all. Perfect. Yeah, I can recommend this guy. I like this guy a lot. Yeah. Speed mode 2 again. Let's increase the speed a little bit. Now battery should be about 5 to 7 minutes. I think we're close to that. Yeah, I like this little guy. I really do. And he looks really good with those propeller guards on as well. They really suit it. Okay, let's try emergency stop. So let's take him up, and then we have emergency stop then on the bottom here. And emergency stop does just, well, as you saw, he falls from the sky. Right, there we go. That's good. Let's have a little look. Any damage? No damage. No scuffs, no cracks. Ooh, there's a little bit of a scuff in the paint there. But other than that, there's nothing. He is really good. Let's take him back up. And up she is. Up he is. Right. Still in speed mode 2, so even if you do stop those motors, then it does automatically go back into the speed mode that you last selected. So it must have been when the guys were testing these out in the factories or however they test them. It must have been on speed mode 2 when it came out of the box. I like him though. I really do. Okay, let's open this up and have a little look. Oh, okay. This looks to be quite nice. Let's take this off. Ah, okay. Nice presentation. Drone just sits in the top of this nice little bit of foam here in the top. Let's take him out. Let's put him to one side. And underneath there we have a couple of bits and a couple of bobs. So let's get all these out. Right, perfect. Right, let me just tidy up this a little bit. Let's put this away. Okay, and first off, let's have a little look at this. This is the H6. Look how small he is. He's tiny. Beautiful red metallic paint job to his top here. Very domed. Oh, he's got 2 eyes as well, either side. There we go, look at that. That's quite nice. And he's got a big LED in the front, and also at the back he's got a big LED at the back here as well. Now, as he's a folding copter, I wonder what action these are going to have. Oh, that's very satisfying. So he goes so far, and then you can't push him any further, but if you push him a little bit a little bit hard, he just clicks in. Oh, that is lovely. Is it all like that? Yes. And again. Oh, look at that. Now, I've been looking for a nano quadcopter with good folding arm action, which hopefully when you crash isn't going to crumble in on itself, and I think this guy has got exactly that. This is very satisfying. And also, just to go with that, what you get with this particular quadcopter as well is you get the propeller arms. Now, the propeller arms just fit on underneath and slide up over these motor housings here. We do it with two hands. So they just slide on and slide up like that. But also, these propeller arms, they serve two purposes. So one purpose would be to stop yourself from hurting yourself on these little blades here. But then also another purpose would be that when these if you are to crash, or if this quadcopter comes down quite hard, these propeller arms aren't going to move in because you've got this bit of plastic here. Keep making sure that this quadcopter's arms stay open. They're not going to fold in on themselves. And all in all, with those propeller arms, it looks really good. It really does look nice. Now, okay, let's have a little look and see exactly how much this guy weighs. So the battery is internal. Unfortunately, you can't take the battery out. So all in all, this quadcopter weighs 26 grams. That's really not a lot at all. Obviously, this is an indoor quadcopter. If you decide to take it out, just be sure that you would take it out on a day when there's absolutely no breeze. At 26 grams, this is liable to fly away and never be found again. But to be honest, I love the look of it. I love the style of it. I love that it folds. I love that you get propeller guards with it as well. Now let's turn it on. On switch on the side here. I was automatically looking at the back just above the charging port. So if we turn it on, we should have, there we go, two blue LEDs as the eyes, one white LED at the front and a red LED at the back. Yes, there we go. Let's turn that off because these LEDs are really piercing. Now at the back of the quadcopter, you get a little charging port. This battery takes up to an hour to charge and you get 5 to 7 minutes of flight. You do have a lot of features with this quadcopter. You have emergency stop, 360 flips in 4 directions, forward, back, left and right. You have headless mode should you require it, 3 speed modes, low, medium and high, as well as 1 key return. Now, and also altitude hold. So all in all, you get so much bang for your buck with this little guy. It's unbelievable. Okay, let's put this to one side and let's have a little look at this transmitter, because this transmitter again takes my eye. It's as colourful and as in your face as this little quadcopter is. It looks really good. I would have thought this level of metallic paint on plastic would have looked really gaudy. I don't think it does. I think it looks really nice. Now with this particular transmitter, you have 2 shoulder buttons at the top here. This particular shoulder button is for speed modes 1 to 3 and this one here is to flip. You have a load of buttons as well, an obscene amount of buttons. All these buttons down this side, they are all for trim, and then you've got these 4 buttons here. Now you have emergency stop, automatic takeoff and landing, you have headless mode and return to home as well with these 4 buttons here. You also have an on and off button at the bottom here and a status LED just here that glows red. Now obviously as this is altitude hold, you can tell that the left thumbstick goes back and centers into the middle. Now if we turn this over, at the back we have 3 AAA batteries needed for this particular transmitter. That should give you more than enough battery power for a fair few flights of this particular guy. I like it. It feels really good in hand. The little palm holders here, I've got quite a nice little design to them, almost like tiny little squares, so that when it does sit into your palm, it digs in and it feels really good and really solid, and it's not going to slip from you, so you do have total control when using this particular quadcopter. I like that a lot. Okay, let's put that to one side. So we've got the quadcopter and we've got the transmitter. Now we also get a bag of accessories. In this bag we have a USB charger. You have a little screwdriver, and you also have 4 propellers should you require to change them for any particular reason. I like that it comes with a screwdriver. The parts that you would need to ensure are nicely done up and nicely tight before you go out for a flight or before you fly indoors, are just here, just before you get to the propeller arms there, just to ensure they are nice and tight and that the propeller arms do give that really nice clicking action when they fold out. So there we are, folks. Thank you ever so much for watching and listening. I've been JD. You've been fantastic as always. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Hello and welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the channel. So until next time, my friends, happy flying.